Agriculture remains one of Africa's most powerful engines for growth, but unlocking its full potential requires more than just growing crops. It means adding value, building resilient supply chains, and ensuring farmers and communities truly benefit. Across the continent, we're seeing a shift towards local processing, global investment partnerships, and innovative agribusiness models that are changing the way Africa participates in global markets. Let's explore the opportunities and challenges at the intersection of agribusiness, investment, and community impact. Joining us now, however, Benny Francis, a co-founder, Horizon Group, joining me via Zoom from India. Great to have you on the show. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what does attracting international investment mean, for the growth of agribusiness in Africa? We're seeing a lot of changes, happening when it comes to agriculture in Africa. We're seeing challenges. We're also seeing a lot of solutions at the forefront, but we want to see investment. How are you seeing that?
Especially in Nigeria, there are a lot of potential for having spice crops to be grown because of the agroclimatic conditions. We started in 2016, 2017, started processing spices there, namely ginger, turmeric, and hibiscus. At present, we are doing only drying and then packing and exporting to the destination countries. But now, since we have received funding from Avishkar, a major funding company in Africa, we are actually starting the processing also, like further processing into downstream processing and then exporting the final products.
All right, so looking at the spice market now, why are entrepreneurs increasingly focusing on, value chains like, like spices? For instance, we've seen a lot of attention to ginger, and other high demand crops. Why are you seeing that switch?
The ginger, especially ginger in Nigeria, there is a lot of potential because there's a huge area where we can grow ginger in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, where it is not utilized right now. And similarly, we can do turmeric also. But with ginger, the potential is right now we are exporting it as dried ginger. But when we do downstream processing, we can export it as a final product where the transportation cost will be much less because we'll be exporting only very little product because when you extract it, you can export the extract, just the extract. When you do the extraction, you are exporting only like maybe 5% of the weight. So there you can save a lot of money on the transportation. And also, when you are supplying these final product to the destination countries, you can get a better price and you can pay a better price to the farmers.
Right, and definitely for a country like Nigeria, we're trying to shift from just exporting, raw products, raw commodities, to actually adding value to them. Talk to me about the difference here that local processing, what difference does it make for the farmers, compared to just exporting, the raw produce? I know you play a lot in that industry.
Yeah. Most of the spices from Africa are being exported as raw materials right now. We are going to change that pattern. When we do the extraction, when we do the final processing there in Africa itself, we can actually contribute to the local economy. We can give a job to the local people, and also we can give a better price and a sustainable market for the people. Like right now in Nigeria, for the past 2 years, the crop was really bad. This year, we are not sure how it is going to be. The harvesting season is going to start in a few months. So when we have the downstream processing locally in Africa, we can ensure a stable market for the farmers. So they will keep on farming and the production will increase, they get a better price, and the society will improve thereby.
And talking about improving the society, how can smallholder farmers be integrated into larger value chains? And what growth opportunities are you seeing this create?
Yes, we are. So you are talking about the ginger alone, right?
Yes, ginger, especially ginger.
Yes, because when we give a stable market for the farmers, especially in northern Nigeria area, right now our processing facility is in Kaduna. So around that area, when we provide a stable market for the farmers, they they tend to farm more products. They tend to produce more, and they tend to get when we give a better price, they tend to produce more and they get a better income.
So, definitely, with the farmers, some of them would definitely need some, training, access to finance and, maybe market access. What type of support are you seeing, right now coming from Nigerian farmers that are most impactful, for the farmers that are engaging today?
We are providing training for the farmers where they can get training for, we are giving training for organic farming and also sustainable good agriculture practices. And also we are providing help for the farmers in obtaining funding for their farming operations and also for logistical support, storage, and a stable market. So all these things together actually makes the situation, I mean, the farmer's life much better. Especially in Nigeria, a stable market is one of the best thing that can happen to a farmer. And also we are giving a fair price.
Fair price, that's definitely a very important factor there for the farmers here. But beyond profits, what wider benefits can inclusive, agribusiness models deliver, especially to the rural communities?
When we give a stable market for the farmers, they tend to produce more. So that itself changes their life a lot. And we are also giving scholarship to their children, and also we are giving job to the local people, especially women. If you look at our workforce, almost 80% of the workforce are women. And this is actually benefiting the families directly and the livelihood of the people and also the education of the kids. And the entire community is being developed by this.
So how critical are partnerships, with investors? I know you're a big investor, or development finance institutions. What partnerships are you seeing right now that can help to scale, agribusiness in Nigeria?
For example, in our case, with the investment from Avishkar, our funder, we can actually quadruplate our revenue in 3 years. So that's the kind of growth that we are expecting. And right now we are actually serving about 3,000 farmers. So in 3 years we are going to improve that. I mean, increase that to about 10,000. So we are going to create farmer clusters, and this way we can actually reach out to the rural, very faraway places, rural farmers, and then provide funding for their farming, and then buy their product whenever they harvest. So whether the price is up or market is up or down, we'll be there. So that makes a lot of people actually get into agriculture and also especially farming, ginger cultivation.
All right, let's look at the global spice or commodity markets. Now, what unique advantages do you see, African countries, bringing to the global space at this point?
The agriculture universities in Nigeria, are you talking about?
Yes, especially for African countries like Nigeria. What are you seeing, when it comes to that global spice market? What benefits are we bringing there, in your opinion?
I think there is a huge potential for that, because now Africa is going to be one of the leading factors. I mean, like the countries in Africa, especially Nigeria, Tanzania, and a couple of other countries are going to be the leaders in supplying spices in the world because of the weather conditions deteriorating in other parts of the world. Africa is going to play a major role. So people especially students who are coming out of the universities with agriculture expertise, they have a bright future in Africa. And also companies like ours are going to start processing locally, and that creates a lot of job for those kind of expertise and people with expertise.
And what should be the long-term vision, for agribusiness in Africa, both economically and socially? What are you seeing there?
We are actually trying to be one of the leading companies, spice processing and exporting companies in Africa, especially in Nigeria. And also we want to uplift tens of thousands of farmers in rural Nigeria. And also we are planning to bring new crops to Nigeria, especially crops that are actually supplying raw materials for nutraceutical and pharmaceutical industries. These are not cultivated in Africa anywhere at the moment. So we are going to introduce these kind of crops, provided we get help from the government. So we can train the farmers because we have expertise in other countries, other parts of the world, especially in Asia. We are doing it right now. So we are going to replicate that in Nigeria and then bring the new crops which are actually servicing the nutraceutical and pharmaceutical industries. We can do up to 10,000 acres. We can go up to 10,000 acres with multiple crops, like, for example, chrysanthemum. It is not grown in Nigeria right now, but the agroclimatic conditions in Nigeria is suitable for that. We have the know-how and technology to do the extraction and then send the final product to the companies, the end users all around the world, including US, India, and Europe. So these are going to be the future of Nigeria and other African countries.
All right, thank you so much for helping us unpack that global spice market and what Nigeria is doing there. Thank you so much, Benny Francis, co-founder, Horizon Group. It's great having you today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.